Hey everyone, it's Nolan from Trade and Train. Okay, Wednesday's video, just gonna have a little update from our watch list that we sent out to our members at the beginning of the week. We also did a video about some of the charts we were looking at as well. So first chart on the watch list was actually the dollar index. Okay, it's at a monthly trend line support. And we can actually see from the monthly chart, we actually have a monthly engulfing bar here coming off that support level, which would suggest that we are going to see some upside on that. And we can see here on the daily chart, there's a little bit of a change of cyclicity. We've got this, you can see this movement down with lower highs and lower lows. And then we have that change, don't we? We get this higher high, higher low, higher high, and potentially a higher low here. Yeah, so we're looking for the dollar to have another push to the upside for another impulse. So what's actually happened so far this week? Well, we've had a little bit of a push yesterday here. I may just let me just go into the 4-hour chart actually, because this, you need to go into the smaller time frame. So we had the push here, which potentially was the start of that bigger move to the upside that we were looking for. We're looking for that impulsive move, similar to this impulse correction and impulse. But you just have to go down to the smaller time frame, and what we're seeing now potentially is, if we just line up these highs here, we got a touch there, touch there, touch there, you're potentially seeing, we call that a neckline by the way, an inverse head and shoulder pattern. Potentially, okay, it's not confirmed yet, but basically we could have a left shoulder here, right head and right shoulder forming here. Okay, if we draw, let's look for my horizontal line tool, horizontal ray I should say. Look at this low here. We've come into there, look, quite sharply, but we're getting a rejection at the moment. So this is not confirmed yet, but this could be a right shoulder forming. If it is a right shoulder, then we would expect this to then push to the upside, break that neckline. We'll look for the next higher low, and then you can look to go long. So the aggressive way of trading this is to look for that change of cycle here, anticipate that right shoulder, and then go to your dollar pair of choice and then look to be buying the dollar. So it's very early days at the moment, because it's only just, in the past less than an hour actually, it's just come into this level. So initially you can see we're seeing a rejection, but nothing, nothing major at the moment. So that is potentially what's going to happen. So we've not seen that impulse yet that we're looking at for the dollar index to break out, but could be the start of it now. Let's just go back to our watch list again. So we were also looking at Euro USD on the daily chart. We can see this couple of patterns there. We were looking for this pattern here for price to break out of it and potentially form a little correction and then look for further downside. So let's go and have a look at that euro dollar chart and see what's happening. And here we go, euro dollar daily chart. So there's that pattern we were looking at in the watch list. We're looking at it as a corrective pattern for downside. Okay, impulse correction, impulse correction. Basically the euro dollar is basically the inverse or the upside down version of the dollar index. It's very closely related, but it's the opposite. So if you're looking for buys on the dollar index, you'd be looking for sells on euro dollar. So as you can see, we've actually broken out of this pattern, which is what we were looking for. If it just reminds you, we're looking for that breakout and a small consolidation, and then looking for a short trade. So we've broken out, we've actually closed below. Let's look at the smaller time frames. Let's just get this exactly where it should be. You can see we've broken out of this what we think, or we're looking at as a bearish correction, i.e. it should break to the downside. Bearish, if you didn't know, means looking like it's going to go short, looking like it's going to sell. And we're getting that correction now. So also we've got the fact that the dollar index is potentially forming a right shoulder. So now would be a really good time to start looking for something on euro dollar indicating sellers have come in. Maybe we'll see, you know, this is an engulfing buy bar actually. Now normally that's a buy signal, but I wouldn't fall into that trap necessarily, because we might see engulfing buy bar. This could be an inside bar, meaning it's totally contained within the high and the low of this candle. This could be a reversal pattern setting up as we see that potential right shoulder form on the dollar index. So this could be a little bit of a reversal happening. So just be aware. The bigger picture for the moment on euro dollar is to the downside. So don't get caught necessarily into buying euro dollar. So we've had our break, which is what we're looking for. We're getting our correction, which is what we were looking for. And now we want to see sellers come in. So we're just waiting for that. What else was on the watch list? A lot of dollar trades. We had gold here. Look, gold daily. Looking for that to come back down to the bottom of this pattern and potentially bounce. So we were at the top of the pattern at the time that we did the watch list. Let's have a look at it right now, see what it looks like. So we're expecting it to drop. What's happened? Let's take away that. Let's get onto the daily chart. So yeah, okay, we have seen some bearish momentum. We were about up here when we published the watch list, and we have seen it drop. Now it is having a little bounce here. So is it gonna come back up? Test this top before it comes back down again. You know, if we do see that dollar index push to the upside, then we could see gold drop, because this is gold against the US dollar. US dollar becomes strong, we might see gold push to the downside. Let's just have a look at the smaller time frame. So yeah, it's bouncing again. You know, we could get some kind of inverse, sorry, not inverse, a head and shoulder pattern, with this being the left shoulder, head, right shoulder, before we break. Or we might come and test this top once again. You know, you can see here, look, we've had this high, higher high, higher high, lower high. So maybe we're going to get the kind of high, higher high, higher high, and then a lower high again, just like we did here. So just watch this. We might get something very similar. Get a little correction, and then maybe, well, back to the top anyway, something like that. So, but it's going in the direction we were anticipating. But whether that is the move to the downside, we will see. Something else we were looking at was the S&P. Let's bring it down for you so you can have a look at that chart. S&P H4. We've got this inverse head and shoulder pattern again, very popular pattern, reversal pattern. Looking for it to come back and test the neckline, but I mean, I know now that just hasn't done that. I mean, indices can be very, very bullish. Whether it comes back to that neckline, I don't know, to be honest with you. The neckline was about, because I've deleted it off my chart now. Neckline was, you know, it was about here, looking for that pullback. We've also got a trend line as well, but you know, it's not looking like it's well, we'll see. You know, it may push down. The indices have been very bullish all week, and you know, as a rule, me personally, I only look to buy indices. You know, so I look for pullbacks and then look to buy them, because as a rule, you know, indices, they go up. Yep, they have a drop, which is basically just a correction. This was during the COVID outbreak in March, when, you know, the global sentiment was panic mode, if you like. And then, but you can see, even from that big drop, look how it just, you know, all of this downside was just retraced, and actually we made a higher high. We made an all-time high. So just shows you that these indices, you know, look for buying opportunities on pullbacks. So I'm not really interested in buying it right now. I would like to see a pullback, whether it's to this neckline, to this trend line, and then bounce. But you know, I'm just quite happy to sit out of this one for the moment, and then if I get it come down here or here, well, I'll look for that bounce and then look to trade it. So looking good so far, guys. Going to keep our eyes on that dollar index. You can keep your eyes on it as well. Are we going to reject this low? It's having another go, isn't it? We will see. We will see, because if this goes from here, okay, if this is a right shoulder, then yeah, you can trade from here once you've got a little bit of confirmation, and that would be an amazing trade, because you would then expect it to break the neckline and then pull back and then look for another trade. So buying from here, when you've got the right price action, some form of confirmation, would be a great move, okay, if this is the right shoulder, and you'd be able to make yourself some pips and some money. So this is Wednesday's update, and we were just looking over the watch list from the beginning of the week and just keeping you up to date with what's going on. So guys, we'll be back tomorrow. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share. That'd be absolutely great if you could do that for us. I'll post the link for the free Telegram group. You may as well sign up for that. Loads of free charts, free information in there for you. And we've got our free online masterclass coming this Saturday at 10 a.m. That's 10 a.m. UK time. I'll put the link for that in the comments as well. So guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Bye for now.